Hello everybody, I am Dr. Amit Beri from Jayannath Medical College Hospital in Ludhiana. I am working as an associate professor in medicine department in this institute. So today we are going to discuss about COVID infections. So you already know that COVID infection basically is the cases are increasing day by day, and it has become more cases have been seen in Punjab, especially in Ludhiana. Now, what is a COVID infection? It is basically a viral infection which originally originated in the China, and then it gradually spread to the all over the world, and now it has become rampant in India. We are seeing that the cases in India are increasing day by day. So we should know what is COVID infection and how should we deal with it. So COVID infection is a viral infection which basically has a symptoms initially similar to a flu-like illness. So the patient has a symptoms of fever, patient can have a malaise, fatigue, patient can have a sore throat, patient can have a distaste, sensation of distaste, and patient can have anosmia. So all these things they can occur in a initial symptoms of a COVID infection. Beside this, patient can also have a loose motions, gastroenteritis, vomiting. So all these things can occur in the initial phases. But the main thing which differentiates COVID infection from normal flu-like illness is the involvement of the lung. So in COVID infection, we should remember that the lung involvement can occur, so due to which the patient can have a dyspnea or breathlessness. So that is why we are more concerned about COVID infection, because if a lung involvement occur, then we have to be very careful that whether the patient because that patient need a immediate treatment. So symptoms we have discussed are initially flu-like. Patient can have a diarrhea, patient can have a loose motion, patient can have a fatigue, patient can have a distaste. So all these things they can occur in a COVID infection. Now the one important thing is how to prevent the COVID infection. So COVID infection, we knew it is basically a disease which is transmitted from contact to contact. So what are the main things by which we can protect ourselves from getting this infection? So there are 3-4 main things which we will discuss. That first thing is that we have to keep a social distance. So we should keep a social distancing of at least 2 meters from every person in which we are coming in contact. Second thing is we have to maintain our hand hygiene. So hand hygiene is that we have to sanitize our hand regularly, especially if we are touching some foreign object or touching some surface. Third thing is that if a patient who is having symptoms of COVID infection, suppose the patient is having fever or cough, so we have to advise that patient that he should remain in a home, he has to self isolate him. So by keeping these precautions, that is by maintaining social distancing, by basically maintaining hand hygiene, and by basically the patient who had a symptoms of COVID infection, we can advise him to self isolation, and by using masks. So mask we can also use, which can prevent us from getting this COVID infection. So one thing you should remember, that you should not need to wear N95 masks. You can wear the normal surgical masks. So these are also useful in preventing this droplet infection from a person who is having COVID infection. So social distancing, hand hygiene, wearing of mask, and basically the patient who had a symptoms, by advising him self isolation, we can basically prevent the spread of this infection. Now what if you get this infection? So how to basically manage this infection? So if you have a symptoms of fever along with malaise and fatigue, and you are suspecting that you are having COVID infection, then you should not worry about this, especially if you are having a younger ages, you are less than 40, and you are not having any comorbidity. So what does comorbidity includes? Comorbidity includes diabetes, hypertension, heart diseases, and any other condition which can decrease your immunity. So all these things you have to keep in mind. So if you get the symptoms of fever, you can take simple paracetamol at home. If you have a symptoms of nasal congestion, you can take anti-allergics or antihistaminics. And you have to monitor yourself in a home. So how can you monitor yourself in home? You have to check your temperature regularly. You have to check your saturation also. So what is the saturation? It basically indicates the content of oxygen in the blood. So there is a simple instrument available in the market we call as a pulse oximeter. So by using a pulse oximeter, you can just monitor your saturation. And if it is less than 95%, then again you need to consult a doctor. Similarly, you can do a simple test in the home, which is called as a 6-minute walk test. So if you do after walking of 6 months, if you check your saturation and there is a drop of 5%, or it becomes less than 95%, again then you have to be very careful. Beside all these things, you have to take a basically good healthy diet, including fruits, vegetables, as well as hot liquids. So hot liquids can be in the form of tea, it can be formed in the joshandas. So anything you like, you have to basically increase the intake of hot liquids. Other thing is that you have to keep your immunity levels up. So how can you do that? You have to take a vitamin C tablets, you can take zinc tablets, or you can take a vitamin D3 sachet. So all these things basically will help you in keeping your immunity level high. As we have seen that the patient who have high immunity levels, the disease basically remains limited and does not progress to a severe disease. So these are all the things which you can do at your home. And but if you develop symptoms of pneumonia, and if you think that you are having breathlessness, or if you feel your fever is not getting down and you are having severe symptoms like nausea, vomiting, then again you have to immediately consult your local doctor or your nearest hospital. This is about if you have got all the infections, or if you have to treat this infection at a home. So we also call it as a home isolation. But one thing you should remember, that if you develop any signs of pneumonia or any signs of dyspnea, then you have to contact your nearest hospital for your treatment. And this is all about this COVID infection. If you have any queries related to this topic, you can just write your comments on the comment box, and we will try to answer them in our next session. Thank you.